What's good, y'all? It's your boy Malo 10B6. Today we're going to be pulling the engine from a 2003 1.8T Quattro. So stay tuned. So I got the car jack stands, or 4 jack stands. As you can see, it's on all 4 jack stands. So now what I'm gonna begin to do is take off the core support and drain the coolant. So first thing I'm gonna do is take off this intercooler. Then after that, I'm gonna drain the coolant. So here's one right here, and here's another one right down here, right there, as you can see. Is that clip I was talking about. So you gotta pry this up, and then you're gonna try to put your hand back here and wiggle it off. I know it's a pain in the ass to get out, but there you go, the coolant. Coolant is leaking down, and then once that goes down, disconnect our power steering cooler. Next thing we're gonna do is take off the 4 bolts to the AC condenser. Big suggestion, you guys should always get this so you can start putting your nuts and bolts inside of here, so that way you don't lose anything. Next thing now to do is disconnect the power steering cooler line. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so that's all. So now the power steering fluid is running through here in the bucket. Next thing you want to do is disconnect the airbag sensors. So there's one right here on the right side of the car. This is right here. This sensor right here. And then same goes for the other side. Right here. Disconnect those. So next thing is take our top cooler hose off. There's 2 ways you can do it, whichever is the easier way for you. Either you could take it out from this clip right here when you pull it up, or you take off this right here from the coolant pipe.
So there are 4 bolts that we have to remove with the T25. So it's 1, 2, and then on the other side it's 3 and 4.
Also, if you have a bolt right here, it's a T25, but ours is not here. So it's a T25 to take this one out, and to also take this one out. So last thing is disconnect this, which is for your fans, these 2, and you're gonna disconnect your coolant bottle. We're gonna disconnect this one. Now the next thing you want to start doing, you take off the cover and you take out the ECU. Once the ECU is out, you're going to start pulling on these plugs. You're going to pull them out one by one. you're gonna disconnect that screw. That right there is a screw. That is a size 10. Pull it up. Now what I'm going to do is disconnect the battery. The ground is already disconnected, so I'm going to disconnect the positive side of the battery. And then take the battery out. Now what I'm going to do is take up this strap. Take up that strap. So now we're going to take this out. Clip this up. There's a clip right here. There's a clip right here. That holds this, as you can see. You can bring this around. All of this goes with the engine. Then you're gonna disconnect these bolts right here off the firewall. Then you're gonna disconnect this, which is a 10. That's already loose. Wow.
So you guys love your Audis.
Shout out to the UPS guy. So you're gonna disconnect the 10 ground. We're gonna disconnect our brake booster. So now we're gonna disconnect our fuel. This is aftermarket, so it's a little bit different from stock. So we're gonna disconnect our fuel from right here. Okay, so now the brake booster is off. I was being lazy yanking it because I was just being lazy, but I got it off with the clamp, so it's off. Now we're gonna do is disconnect the axles. Next thing, what we did was disconnect this fuel fitting. Again, this is aftermarket because of this guy right here. This is his car. So, yeah, this is the fuel fitting. So we disconnected this. Next thing, what we're gonna do now, this is our power wire. We're gonna take a 10mm and screw this off. And then when we screw this off, we're gonna pull it through here and put it on top of the head. Alright, so now what we're gonna do is disconnect our axle. This one's being stubborn. So I got it disconnected. I had to hand take it off because it was too tight for the impact. So nothing is stripped. So it's taken off. Driver's side is next. First one. Two. That's 3. 4. Alright, the next thing we're gonna do is disconnect our drive shaft from our transmission. It is a 6 hex. So you ready? So we have that over there holding one wheel because there's only 2 of us, and he's holding that other wheel over there. So alright, ready? Ready?
Yeah.
Alright, it's spinning. That wheel's spinning. The other one over there.
Alright, do it again. Let me see what it's doing.
Hold on.
You got it? You got it?
Nope. Loose. Yep. Hold it. Let go. Hold it. You holding it?
And for those who was wondering, the exhaust was cut, so that's why the exhaust was still there in the way.
Let go. Let go. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. You holding it? Let go. Yep.
They coming off? You getting them off?
Hold on. Alright. Alright. It took us a little while, but we got it. So now the bolts are out of the drive shaft to the transmission. So now all we gotta do is this. Here we go. Just like that. The next thing we're gonna do is disconnect our transmission mount. The next thing you gotta do is your slave cylinder, which is right here. There's a clip that holds it, so you can use a flathead or a hook. Like me, I'm gonna use a hook. I'm gonna get it in, get that hook in, pull it out like that. Once it's fully out, like that, you just pull it out like this. Come on. Like that. It comes out. So we're gonna disconnect the AC condenser. Reason being because we don't want the condenser to get ruined, so we're gonna swing it around. Now, if you have Freon in the AC condenser, I suggest you drain it. In this situation, this car does not have Freon, so I will pull the AC condenser line because it has no Freon. But if it has Freon, you have to drain it from the top. That's my suggestion.
That bench is fire too. I like that view.
Alright, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna remove our banjo, both our power steering with a 7/8 half inch.
There goes the power steering.
Make sure that washer, which is right here, I fell off. That washer sits on the top. Alright. So, I ended up taking off these that run to the engine. I ended up removing the whole power steering reservoir because it sits like this inside here where these two bolts are. These two bolts where they sit right here, it's hard to get inside in here. So being that I can't get in there with the needle nose pliers, I just take the whole thing back like this and just disconnect it like this, and that's it. Next, we're gonna disconnect our ground from my chassis with the 13mm. So we have our hoist hooked up, but we're not done yet. We just have it just for tension. So now what we're gonna do is loosen the two engine mounts, which is one right here and the other one over there. It is a 13mm socket. Alright, so here's the other motor mount. Bolt is out. Next, we have to disconnect our heater core hoses.
Vacuum. I'm vacuum this shit out.
Yeah, you gotta vacuum all this shit.
Crazy. I'm gonna pull that shit out with the extension tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do while I wait for you to pull up. Start vacuuming out this whole engine bay. This shit.
Alright, so the heater core, it's a bitch to come out. It's the next thing. So just letting you guys know, heater core is not a fun job. If you mess up on this, you gotta take out the whole dash. So be mindful. So pay attention. Be back. So most of the people is not gonna like this. Most of you guys are not gonna like this, but this is the best way and the easiest way to get it off. So what I do, I take a vice grip and I just twist. Once I twist, I let go. It comes off easy like that. Just like that. So, like again, I'm going to show you guys again. Take a vice grip. Like that. Twist. Let go. Pull off. And that's it. Okay, so now the next thing we have to do is disconnect our shifter for the transmission so the transmission is able to slide out easy with the car. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen these four, one right there, one right there, one right there, and one right here. These are a T25, so I'm gonna loosen it. Let's start off with the bottom one first, actually. Let's loosen that one. Loosen that one. now that it's loose, I'm able to get to all four. So let's loosen this. This is one. Two. Okay, that one I have to use a ratchet. This one's three. Three. And the last one I have to use the ratchet. No, I can't. Let's try extension. Okay. And this is the fourth one. Then, what we're gonna do after that, we're gonna take our hex number 6, size 6, and take out these two. Once these two come out, you're able to take out the whole shifter. So now, see all that dirt or whatever? We're gonna give it a little good tap, like make sure it sits in there, that way it doesn't strip. And then you just loosen. Same for this one. This one doesn't have to get tapped. Now this one, I like to use a magnet to take it out because, I'll tell you why. This is why I use a magnet to take it out. Put it in my parts bin. And the shifter is out. Voila. Engine is out.
A fucking gang. Yo, why does it like it back though?
Engine is out.